Wait. Hello. This is in response to a YouTube video that I very much disagree with. I don't know if she literally does this, but this woman implies that you should always obey your parents because they brought you into life, and that this is called respect. Ever notice how the word respect is always used to justify and defend unjust and evil authority? Now, on the question of should you always obey your parents, I want to bring up a case. It's called the Nuremberg Trials. In the Nuremberg Trials, Nazi war criminals were put on trial for doing evil things, and they gave the defense of, I was ordered to do the evil thing. Now, what's the relation to obeying your parents? What if your parents command that you do something horrible? Like, what if your parents are in the Ku Klux Klan in the 30s, and I want you, their son, to tie a noose to a tree and help them lynch some black people? If you should always obey your parents, then this woman seems to imply that, yes, you should go help them kill black people. Now, what if you had homophobic parents, and you're gay? Should you respect your parents by remaining in the closet until you get out? No, because your parents are bigoted jerks. You should not respect their bigotry by giving in to their homophobia. What if you were in the Westboro Baptist Church and you're a teenager and your parents are ordering you to hold a sign that says God hates fags? What if you were in the Westboro Baptist Church? Should you respect your parents still and be an active member of the Westboro Baptist Church? Really? Her video was about how there's some people out there who are pagans, but they have religious fundamentalist parents who are very bigoted and do not want they're actively trying to stop their children from being pagans because they're bigots. And how she says you should respect your parents by giving in. She implies that you should always obey your parents. But so yeah, if you should always obey your parents, should you do all of these bad things? Should you support the Westboro Baptist Church if your parents support it? And here's another case. In Islamic countries, very fundamentalist ones, let's say your sister was raped, gang raped, horribly, and your father comes to you, as the firstborn said, and said, take this knife, kill your sister. We need to do an honor killing and kill your sister. If you should always obey your parents, should you kill your sister? I mean, do you realize that when you seem to imply, at least, that you should always obey your parents, you are justifying every single evil you can possibly imagine, from lynching to rape to murder. Like, do you realize how evil that is? That's evil. You should never say that you should always obey your parents, because your parents could be evil. Like, it's not that hard to have children. It could take literally 3-4 minutes of drunken sex having to get a girl pregnant. There's no license to get a girl pregnant. You don't have to pass a bunch of tests to ensure that you're not insane or dangerous or bad. It's not that hard to have kids. There's lots of people out there who shouldn't have kids, and then they're so horrible people that their offspring should not respect their parents. If your parent is abusive, if you have an abusive parent who physically abusive, verbally abusive, you should not respect them. You should try to get away from them. You should call the police even. Record them physically abusing you. Give that to the police. Get them arrested. You should not respect your parent and do everything they tell you, because that is evil. That is wrong to have that belief. And you might say, well, it's not very likely that your parents are going to order you to do evil things. Well, that's kind of having Nazi parents, Westboro Baptist parents, is a bit of a step from having just fundamentalist, bigoted parents who don't want you to be pagan and will actively try to stop you from being pagan. Her argument is such that if you can conceive of situations in which you can't do it or wouldn't do it, then the whole thing falls apart because it's in its extreme example. So yeah, it is wrong to believe that you should always obey your parents. because you could have evil parents, and you should not obey evil parents.